March 1st, 2023. Yesterday, I think I forgot to mention the date in the video, but it was February 28th. I did say so in the title, Hello Aphrodite. I'll come back to you in just a moment and give you some attention while I explain what's going on. We're making some big announcements because we can, and if we don't announce what we're doing, then what's the point? Not that it wouldn't be the point to do it without announcing it, but to have the success and to have the progress that we have without announcing it would kind of be anticlimactic. You have to ride the wave of forgiveness, compassion, hope, and trust. You have to ride the wave of this initiative of belief that we can make things better. We're riding that initiative, we're taking it further to bring true freedom to everyone who wants it. We're not forcing freedom on anyone. Of course, freedom is a very relative term. But what we mean by freedom is access to basic human rights that everyone deserves. And until we don't offer them truly, freely, and equally to all humans, it's always going to be a question of which lives matter based on the scarcity mentality. We're long past that. Long past the scarcity mentality. We're in a world where the abundance is killing us. We're suffering from the disease of affluence. We're waging wars and sacrificing lives on a daily basis because we're evaluating people based on how they can enrich other people and not at their actual value. And we've devaluated human life to numbers, to algorithms, to time lifespans, to time periods, to certain duties, to certain materials or resources we can mine, and how much is each person worth vis-a-vis that mined service or product or other value. This makes no sense, of course. It depends on which side of the equation one's in. It can make perfect sense, that's the sad part. Because it really does depend on where a person is in the formula, which side of the equal sign you're on, or greater than or less than sign, whatever other signs that we're using. In the meantime, appreciating and admiring what we have done and accomplished and do accomplish and do in other places with the abundance mentality is nothing short of miraculous, biblical, and everything else a person might want to use for supernatural. These cats, including these new kittens, which are freaks of nature on their own. I mean, how insane is it that it's so complicated for us to accomplish simple tasks that we can bring into this world a new life by mistake? Whether it's cats, whether it's humans, whatever it is, we can bring life into this world by mistake and then just denounce anyone of responsibility since, well, it was a mistake. And yet, we spend so much time, energy, and resources in trying to do relatively stupid things that devaluates completely life itself. Which is why we can actually put it into that category of bringing life into this world by mistake. But there are no lives that are in this world by mistake. To believe that there's any lives in this world that are by mistake puts everything that a person must believe in to survive in this world into question. There's not a bigger story, there's not a bigger purpose or more to it than what we understand. Well, that is about as infantile as a person can be. And yes, there are plenty of people who live and stay in that bubble, and if they can survive, well, I don't want to say good for them, but that's their business. The problem is that when their survival is at the expense of others, because living in that simplistic bubble, similar to the cartoon WALL-E, really just doesn't work forever. So when we can emerge from that bubble with a little bit more sense, see how through sharing properly the resources that we have abundantly, we can bring a tremendous amount of blessing, tremendous amount of diverse pleasures and wonderful offerings to share, to experience and celebrate the differences we have with everyone else, and to use that as our artistic and creative value-added shares that we have to share with each other's experience in a non-threatening way. It's not us versus them, but it's us sharing with them so we can become a greater us. And that greater us is what world peace is called, because in Hebrew, shalom, peace, and shalem, whole, as in complete, is from the same word. And the only difference between shalem and shalom is the vav. And the vav represents the Torah, which is the proper, straight and narrow instructions, not all the confusion of the diaspora, which has left everyone arguing with everyone else how it went wrong, rather than just discussing the simple and easy answers as to what to do next for it to go right. So rather than celebrating the cautionary tales of the past in memory of leaving Egypt, because that just led back to another exile and perpetuating the exile, we have to focus on the part which is next year in the built-up Jerusalem, for everyone's benefit, for everyone's sake, to be the light into the nations, to share technology, information, truth, and peace with everyone. So the light of Jerusalem can spread to all of Israel, so the light of Israel can spread to the whole world, in the sense of light, guidance, and stewardship, to the point of edutainment, not correction, to the point where we can have, through our abundant choices we've developed through our hyper creative minds and our hyper vigilant need to do more, we come to this world of abundance where tiny little kittens and other special needs can literally thrive, not just survive, in this crazy world of chaos and paradox and confusion. Or humans can actually take a device into their hand, a tablet or otherwise, and ask simple questions like, what can I do next to help save the world? And not stupid questions as to where do I buy the next product that was produced while enslaving some people and poisoning others, for the sake of competing with my friends to make them jealous, so I don't truly have any friends and I can't enjoy the experience, because who wants to actually enjoy it alone? And if you're enjoying it with someone else, then you haven't won the competition, so how can you enjoy that? Whoever understands, whoever doesn't understand, well, there's room for you also in the system. There's nothing aggressive, nothing violent, nothing that has to hurt anybody. There are actually ways to give everybody what they need, and pretty much everything that they want without hurting other people, as long as the system is one where the priority is to do no harm. We've answered all the questions, we've shared all the technologies, all the algorithms, all the secrets, all the steps necessary. We've open sourced it and made it where it costs nothing for anyone to join. It's a question of compliance. And beyond that, it will be eventually, which is not far off, class action lawsuits against all the violators, all those who stood in our way, and either it will be punitive damages, which will be monetary, which will be adjudicated in the United States or anywhere else in the Western world, or if it's criminal to the point of war crimes against humanity or any other species, it'll be taken up in the Human Rights Tribunal in The Hague, which is a separate case. So we've got them both covered. No one's going to get away with anything. The only question is, which side of all this do you want to be on? That's where we're at now. All aboard the Ark. We're going to keep the promise, and we're going to show everyone what it is and how it is to live guilt-free in the chill zone as members of Club Chill. Infinite love and gratitude. It is well that you have come. We look forward to meeting you in the gap in total freedom.